with magnificent scenery and so many great places to see. Tour Colorado, come to life. Tour Colorado can't wait to see your groups in this breathtaking state. For more information, go to colorado.com/meetings and tours. This is Motorcoach Travel News, MTN, from the American Bus Association. Here's Dan Ronan.
Welcome to MTN. I'm Dan Ronan. There's a lot going on concerning Marketplace in St. Louis, and we welcome a new sponsor, Tour Colorado. So let's get started. This year at Marketplace, a number of ABA members will be receiving awards for their work or their company's work in the motorcoach travel and tourism industry. We'll have a lot more about one of the awards, ABA's Green Spirit Award, sponsored by MCI, coming up. But first, Serendipity Media is joining ABA this year with the first ever Moxie Award. The Moxie Award will be presented to an ABA member, bus, or tour operator whose company demonstrates spirit, courage, or innovation in their company culture when it comes to tour planning and marketing. Also at Marketplace, there are several other major awards to announce. ABA will honor the late Norm Littler with the first ever Norm Littler Safety Award. Joining ABA is the Bus Industry Safety Council, recognizing an individual organization in the motorcoach industry committed to the day-to-day safety of the public. As you know, Norm Littler died last December, right before Marketplace, after a 41-year career in the industry. ABA's Women in Buses Award will recognize the role of women in the motorcoach industry who work collaboratively on issues and concerns of women business leaders. This is an industry that is traditionally dominated by men. It's the second year the ABA's Women in Buses Award is being presented, and it's sponsored by Poli Media, the publisher of ABA's Destinations magazine, Motorcoach Marketer, Marketplace Today, and other publications including Motorcoach Travel News. Metro Magazine's Innovative Operator Award is presented to an individual whose exemplary practices have set their company apart in the industry. And Bus Ride Magazine's Good Stewardship Award is presented to an individual who continues to show exemplary leadership in the day-to-day operation of their company and the industry. There's more about all of these awards at the website address on your screen. ABA President and CEO Peter Pantuso now joins us. Peter, there really are a number of awards at Marketplace, not just dealing with the motorcoach industry, but other facets as well. Why is it important to be so inclusive?
All of those publications have come together and said, let's use Marketplace as a way to recognize the industry, those who have given back, those who have provided exemplary service, those who are great operators, those who have done some amazing things within their profession. And so this year, I think we've got more than a half dozen awards that are going to be given to various people throughout the motorcoach and travel industry, recognizing them for the good work that they do every single day.
And a chance for them to be recognized in their own particular niche areas of whatever they happen to be in the industry.
Yeah, they're different operators, different members of the travel community have different niches that really are unique to their business, and they're great models for the rest of the industry. You can learn so much from these individuals and how they run their businesses or their companies. So being able to recognize them, provide them from an award that's being given by an independent group like some of the publishers who are out there really creates an atmosphere where this means something. This is important not only to those who are receiving it, but obviously it's an important award to the industry as well and to those who are in the industry.
Once again, this year ABA and MCI are teaming up for an award concerning companies that do great work for the environment.
Yeah, the Green Award that has been long supported by MCI, that is done in conjunction with the ABA Environment Committee, University of Vermont, because they've got a green operator program in place. That is really a special award. It's been around for a few years, and it looks at the total not only environment and environment in terms of the operating environment, but how these companies are really protecting the environment with many of the practices that they have. And it includes training, it includes the way they operate their buses, it includes the kind of fuel they buy, the kind of recycling programs they have in-house. So it's a great award. And this year, for the first time, in memory of our lost colleague, Norm Littler, we're going to be giving a safety award recognizing or in the name of Norm, who just did so much great work in the safety environment.
The calendar says we're just 2 months away from meeting in St. Louis for Marketplace.
Yeah, everything looks great for Marketplace in St. Louis. I was just looking at the numbers yesterday. We're just about on track with the same numbers that we had in Nashville, which was a record year for Marketplace. And I think it reaffirms the fact that no matter where Marketplace is, first of all, they're all great destinations and destinations that people really enjoy going to, and St. Louis is certainly no exception to that. It's an incredible destination. I think people are just going to be excited when they get there to see all the new things that are going on downtown and around the city. But more importantly, or as importantly, the environment in which Marketplace happens, the business that gets done at Marketplace. Last year we showed that over $130 million in business got done as a direct result of being at Marketplace, and every company who was there on average did about $80,000 worth of business for their company, a 30-to-1 return on the investment that they put into coming to Marketplace. So when you put all of those elements together, the Marketplace is a great place to do business and not only begin your business for the coming year, but also for years to come with the relationships that you develop. But it's also a great city to do business in. So coming to St. Louis and coming to Marketplace is going to be first rate, and people are excited to be there.
Today at the Department of Transportation, on the day we're taping, you have a meeting at the Department of Transportation concerning companies that are being inspected.
Yeah, we're having a great meeting with Annie Collins, and Annie Collins is in charge of field operations at the FMCSA. We have had a wonderful working relationship with her and with FMCSA, but one of the things we hear from our members is that there are a lot of inspections going on, a lot of them, we think maybe done unfairly. I mean, some of the best companies in the country are being written up for things that are not safety violations by themselves, or they're being continually viewed and put under the microscope, and when investigators come in, and the term is investigators as opposed to inspectors, they stick around and try to find something, and if you stay at anybody's place long enough, you might find something, even though it's not necessarily what most of us think is a major safety violation. You find enough little things, and eventually the company gets put, gets identified as a risk. And so that's one of the reasons we're meeting with Annie, to talk about what her team does, what the state enforcement officials are doing, and if there's opportunities to change. We think there should be inspections, but we think they should be done fairly. We also think the bad guys are the ones that should be targeted, not great companies who have a history of doing some amazing things and doing it safely every day.
As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, we welcome a new sponsor to MTN, Tour Colorado. When it comes to Colorado, there's something inherently romantic and exciting about their scenic trips for tour groups. Passengers will enjoy riding through the Rocky Mountains, along scenic ledges, climbing up spectacular peaks, and viewing the canyons below. Besides being a beloved symbol of the Wild West, their historic railroads still provide some of the most unique path through Colorado's beauty today, from views that just cannot be seen from road trips. These Colorado trains offer spectacular seasonal trips, winter excursions, fall leaf color trips, or spring sunflower runs. With 8 historic railroads, choosing your Colorado train experience isn't just easy, but it's always enjoyable. For more information, go to the website on your screen. Back in a moment on MTN.
This coach runs on diesel, which is about 30% more efficient in its combustion than gasoline. But I know what you're thinking. Diesel isn't clean burning. But that's no longer true, because today's ultra-low sulfur diesel fuel is cleaner than ever. Check this out. See? It burns clean. All aboard the Green Highway.
MCI, ultimate curb appeal, uncompromising reliability.
Now, as we mentioned, here's more about the ABA's Green Spirit Award, sponsored by Motorcoach Industries, MCI. We know that Motorcoach travel is the most environmentally friendly form of transportation. And again this year, ABA and MCI, Motorcoach Industries, want to salute the great work being done in the industry promoting its environmental benefits. Here's what MCI's Patricia Ziska, the Vice President of Sales, has to say about the award. Going green is great for the environment and a company's bottom line. In addition to providing greater fuel economy, today's coaches offer the lowest possible emissions with engine emissions that are actually cleaner than the air that goes in. ABA Foundation research also shows when it comes to the environment, motor coaches are a far better option than personal cars, trains, and airplanes. This award brings operators individual recognition for their environmental achievements, and it's something they can use for their own marketing. The award will be presented at ABA's Marketplace in St. Louis in January. It was developed in cooperation with MCI, the University of Vermont, and ABA's Environmental Committee. The deadline to apply is December 19th. There's more information about the award on your screen. And that's this edition of Motorcoach Travel News from the American Bus Association. I'm Dan Ronan in Washington. We'll see you back here next month.